Some nice action-packed Valorant, some back and forth, some solid retakes. Just all in all, a hell of a first game. But the second one set to start. We've got Davidp swapping from Sage to Breach. And we've got Haven ready to go.
Yeah, this is, it's kind of like, it's a map that NiP will play, but not when they're sporting a super high win rate on. 45% overall, and a loss in there to G2 very recently. So we'll see if that comes back to haunt them, or if that's demo tape they can use against G2. Looking to just stay alive in this series. We come to Haven, and there's no promises here. It'll be a tough map for NiP, but as Maniac said, still possible.
Absolutely. Anything possible. Let's just get right into it. We've got 3 players for G2 stacked up at the A site. B is completely clear, other than the Cypher camera above the main door. pyth with eyes in the skies.
This is one that'll give you vertigo.
If you're faint of heart, look away. Sayf. Already working through the garage here. Spike is sitting inside garage. Jett very quickly dashing through B. Could find contact versus Davidp. A cloudburst misses the mark. And check out David. He just walks right into the mix. But it's 2 kills the opposite direction for NiP. And Sayf stays safe by standing on the side of the flames. He falls back as Spike goes down. Tremor through the wall, finds no contact, no problem. But Mixwell wastes no time getting closer to the site. He catches players falling back along the walls. Rhyme with the Sova dart bounces it, and he's gonna take some concussive damage. 19 HP as David kills him. The defuse comes through.
Nothing more uncomfortable than that. There's so much pressure, and that is why Davidp has picked on Breach. Not picked on, picked up.
Picked up.
Sage cannot pull off plays like that. Flash is getting the boost that they did get recently. We see them being used in this retake, being very instrumental. And it's about zoning, it's about creating space. And again, this delayed explosion, it makes you uncomfortable. These are things that are sometimes intangible, right? Maybe that player would fight anyways, but because now he doesn't have the option to fall back, it changes your mindset when you're in that position, being forced to battle when you would otherwise not. So the 1-0 start, a fantastic retake, but I like how luckeRRR played it, made some great space inside garage and tried to punish them for not playing B.
Sayf gonna quickly get himself back up to 76 health. A curveball through garage with players right behind him. Oh, ardiis! The double shock dart. Patitek's gonna get 1. Rhyme answers. 2 kills to his name and an open route towards this C site. He will find his spike planted. And we talk about the success of the thrifty rounds for the Ninjas. They find openings when they shouldn't. This was a 3 versus 5. Now down to the 2v3. But again, the concussion from David gets Chiwawa out from the corner, then he closes with that final kill. It's G2 with the second.
There are innumerable mid-round situations for Davidp to come in with his utility. The support here is incredible, and it's not even difficult, is the thing. You don't have to be all that creative to know when you're coming in for a retake from garage, that's basically the one spot you can't see walking out of, right? The perfect opportunity for a breach to come in, and the retake as well. So the spike plan is nice. The round win is better. 2-0 start again. And it's looking G2 all day. So there it is, the amazing chalk dart here from ardiis to rack up crazy damage and the perfect timing, just as they were moving in. They're trying to get in the subway, and some angry man just pushed him out. Angry man from Liverpool.
Nowhere to run. They're gonna try and challenge a lobby. A Hunter's Fury right off the spawn. And well,
wow.
Not working out for Davidp. pyth also killed. Mixwell, only the 1. A site, absolutely theirs for the taking. Here comes ardiis. Recon dart goes in. He's gonna scan 1, gets the Bulldog headshot.
Hey,
him and Omen.
2-on-4 situation, made 2-on-3. ardiis with a bit of utility left over. It'll be the drones in the sky. And a tag off on the Omen. But no surprise, he'll be on default.
Ooh, that Omen just got hit by a counter paranoia. So there's the great peek from ardiis. However, he lost his teammate. Patitek goes down, and there's another one from Rhyme. NiP are on the board 3 rounds deep.
I was surprised at how much impact that Hunter's Fury had, but it's perfect for the setup that was in front of them, and they punished that 3-player stand early in the round out towards long A.
Poor CREA had no clue where he was. Nice play, however, from Rhyme. Yeah, sectioning off ardiis.
Taste of his own medicine. So,
broken by.
Yeah, I mean, a good initial read on what was ahead last round.
But operator in the hands of Mixwell, that could be everything. Ooh, Hunter's Fury the other direction. Not going to find anything at all other than a bit of a Cypher. But man still stands. Patitek just working with the frenzy. Not ideal.
Look at the amount of information gained. Rotations are already heavily leaning towards C, and this is a problem because they were prepared to CC. Now we're going to have a cancellation. They'll start to think about another site. But at this point, Mixwell has already jocked for control at the top of long, and he's got the Jett with the operator. That's a free shot and peek if he plays it properly, even if he misses.
Will anybody give it to him? It's a big question. Rhyme does not have an owl drone for the offense. We've got a player walking close in Patitek. 3 enemies, and one of which inside the Omen smoke. That's perfect. Now they're going to start moving in here. It's going to be a very tough hold, and probably an even more difficult retake attempt if needed. But the Rolling Thunder comes waving in, and no kills as of yet from it. Breach flashes coming off of the garage. Again, they're able to lock down the site. They're not rushing, and that lack of panic is boding well here for the Ninjas in Pajamas. But it does give G2 a chance to get close, and they still have not made a move. 15 seconds remain. Now, that's a player slain as they're pushed into the crosshair of Mixwell. Rhyme's able to get onto the kill feed. David comes in with one. ardiis in the 1v1. And the spike is planted, but Chiwawa chops him down.
Take that fight. 2-2. Wow. And listen, it gets really close because G2 have been amazing in these retakes, but how well was that played? With the Phoenix, Wall, Molly, and Alt all coming out to create space, to be an extra insurance policy, to make sure that they couldn't entry on the Rolling Thunder from the breach. They made Davidp, who was instrumental in rounds previous, useless with his early use of his utility. I think he baited out 2 flashes in ult, and they didn't even have an opportunity to push in for the retake.
Damn, man. The patience in that moment. Playing it down to the minute seconds left. NiP with a second, and then that completely breaks the bank of G2. We saw them with at least that one operator and some upgraded pistols last round. We've got the double sheriff. Frenzy on Mixwell. Let's see what Patitek can deliver. He gets hard checked by Sayf. This C site is absolutely compromised, but luckeRRR, well, he's gonna get cleared out. That was a blade storm. 3-4 kills from just pistols. It's all on Rhyme. 1v3.
Call it pistols.
This would be an absolute robbery down to the 20 health. He's got the Hunter's Fury. He's gonna try and close with the ultimate, and he cancels it.
He's trying to bait that push.
Oh, it's so low. And what does pyth have to work with? No abilities left for him. He goes for the peek. It's a straight up duel, and they're gonna take the pistol round win.
Madness. pyth. He gets 3 on that play, combined with Davidp on the 4th. Just disgusting versus the long C hit after Patitek goes down early. Way too early, you'd think, for the whole round to be recoverable, let alone with pistols, after what we just saw from some amazing entries and space created over on the C site.
Damn, that's a hard pill to swallow for NiP. Feeling themselves after 2 rounds, but can they bounce back? They've got the cash to do it. Full buy-in from both teams.
Again, this long A setup. Oh, opening pick here for Patitek. Hey, listen. If he gets caught out on the late lurks, maybe try to do some damage early. They are doing a good job of dealing with them, but he'll get some information as well as a frag.
Yeah, CREA wins that Omen duel. We've got a neural theft for the side of G2. Spike carrier also ready to teleport if needed.
They're a curious bunch, aren't they?
Yeah, ardiis waits for no man. He kind of hesitated going from garage to C site, thinking maybe they had walked up on him. When he sees nothing, he decides to make the move that they didn't have the gall to do themselves. Gonna dodge.
And it's not about overfacing. ardiis doesn't want to even let them know that he's here. Unless he's 100% confident they're going to pick a site, it's about allowing his teammates to rotate freely and making sure to punish if they try to come back.
Stealing sight.
It's on Davidp and pyth, attempting to hold on A. David's looking to give the flash for pyth to peek on long. 30 seconds again. It's low time, but yet David supplies the kills in abundance.
Clean headshots.
And now Sayf's looking to answer back here. All that's left, and he too toppled.
He can't be
three-piece from Davidp.
Damn, dude, no biscuit. Clean stuff. Well done. 4-2 now after that fantastic hold. And I swear there's just something about that intangible confidence that you get from knowing your teammate can clear you on the other side. There's just nothing going on this half of the map. Focus forward, expect peek. It powers up when you use your utility. It powers up your confidence and your reaction times when you peek. It makes two people on a site that would otherwise be a more uneven battle a bit more powerful. No stim beacon necessary, just information.
So far, the tail of the tape. In terms of this second map, man, we've got Davidp 10-3, Rhyme 11-5. And everybody else just kind of trailing behind them.
Revealing area.
4 rounds to 2. Again, we get a little bit of aggression here from the defenders. Davidp nearly caught, but him and Patitek getting those simultaneous kills. CREA will answer.
He will recover the gun. It's being spotted from above. Nice prudence here from CREA.
He did get it back, though. I like that. Use the paranoia, make him offer up the angle, quickly transitioning into the A hit, which actually has no defense. So suddenly, because of this call from NiP, we have G2 in a retake. Now, these retakes are something they do, and they deliver. Or at least they did on Ascent. Time to find out if they've got it in them. 2 of these players, of course, playing with just the pistols. Not ideal. Abilities? Well, we've got a recon bolt from Rhyme. There that goes. Paranoia sent out from CREA, trying to disturb the retake attempt, but Mixwell in with a quick headshot, dashes for the second, and that's all 3 frags needed. Wasn't the paranoia, but rather the smoke, and still Mixwell goes through it.
Such a good job of making them uncomfortable, right? Dropping the Omen ult above the default box, taking a peek around, knowing that he wasn't going to end up there, just to let him know that he can spot every position, and if they want to stay in their spots, well, they'll have to pay the price. Again, always making them uncomfortable, always threatening the aggressive push, and I think that's what brings luckeRRR forward. He's trying to find the timing to push the push, because G2 are getting away with aggression all the time, whether it's defending, attacking, or versus any team on any map.
The beauty of Haven, man. Potential to
Haven.
flank extremities, the potential to flank every single site. Just this element of fluidity makes for great gameplay, but okay, Sayf, we see you. He's gonna go ahead and run it back. Uses the wall to cover cross. We do have ardiis back sight. Information on the Phoenix, who's about to burn out. There he goes. But a neural theft, that's gonna be crucial information. They know it is only Mixwell on A, and he is being attacked, he's being swarmed. He falls back. He's been warned. CREA's gonna go for the spike plant. Oh, Mixwell, wallbang kill, that's huge. No, he picks up the second.
They have a neural theft themselves.
Oh, that's massive.
No bodies around.
The owl drone goes out. That's information given to Mixwell. ardiis could try and take that fight, but Sayf will clear him from heaven. pyth, always with the cameras. Trying to see what he can inside of sight. Player crossing behind the cage. Oh, that could have cost him. Dash in. Bladestorm down. pyth, 1v3. Goes for the follow-up theft. He wants that information. Can he get the clutch? Time is ticking quickly, and he has to fall back from this. He gives it up. A 3rd round for NiP. Just overwhelming Mixwell to the point where he gave them room to plant. And even with his follow-up kills, Launders, simply wasn't enough.
Hey, you want to say that shouldn't have even come close, right? The operator frags coming in at that position where they had a player disadvantage trying to retake the A site. I think they want to be trying to retake the A site with a player advantage, and most otherwise, they're just trying to avoid it. They maybe went for this here, having 2 ults available, especially the neural theft, but they couldn't get it early because there was not a body nearby pyth. As soon as he found one, he used it. So, I mean, conversely, a well-used neural theft for NiP to get them the info on A, knowing how to paranoia exactly where Mixwell's position was, use that against them.
Oh, not letting off the gas pedal at all.
Sayf is all gas, no brakes with Phoenix.
Yep, it's gonna molly out the Patitek play, and a second coming in for NiP. A 5v3 straight out the gates. However, we've seen NiP stutter on this point. Here comes the Rolling Thunder. That's gonna stun players in abundance, but no kills coming from it. A curious situation from NiP. I ask myself, how are they all alive?
Amazing, really. I mean, Sayf in the position, the one corner, crevice, pocket position that doesn't get hit by the Rolling Thunder, which has one of the biggest AoEs of any ult in the game in terms of getting information or displacing your opponents. And that's the one that gets them the first kill. Shuts down the breach on the way in. And honestly, whether or not Sayf has been getting kills, the amount of map control and information and space he's created, this guy's basically Thanos over on the C site.
Snap of the fingers from Phoenix as well, coming up from the garage, man. Just absolutely clearing him. Poor Patitek, right? He's chilling on the back plat, trying to hang on to his corner, gets mollied into the open. You know those dedicated defenders want to go down with at least a kill apiece, but he had nothing to offer.
And this is the one map he uses Phoenix on, I believe. Every other map, it's just Raze.
Patitek gonna take the fight to his opponents as opposed to sitting back. Uses the shroud. Oh, a gap in that. Oh, Sova never sees it coming. Rhyme goes down. Patitek holds on to the ground that he has gained with 2 players behind him. That is 3 members of G2 sitting on the depths of C. However, Omen teleport, great time for the ult to go up into heaven, sees that there's nobody there, and Patitek actually killing luckeRRR. This makes things a bit tricky.
Yeah, the spike got dropped right there at mid, so I don't know if it was spotted.
Cover going out.
This is weird.
Oh my god, more trades go down and spawn. Sayf has pushed towards A. And it's a freebie for him. Mixwell's out of the rounds. There's only so much information that our Omen could gain. And everybody is in just such an atypical spot. It's a huge guessing game here for all parties.
My god, 4 kills, 3 of which on the attackers inside of their spawn, essentially. Bomb able to escape.
Joke's over.
Oh, Sayf will pop his ult early.
Yeah, that's not going to get him any kills, but I mean, huge amounts of information. Once he moves forward, they both know they can turn their attention back to the way they came. And they will do so for this retake. We've got 2 Omen smokes still on Patitek, and Davidp, a full belt of utility. All these abilities ready to be thrown out. He's going to use his flashes, smokes in abundance. They just need to line up their kills, but CREA gets the first headshot, and David now 1v2 gets peeked from both directions. CREA, the savior of this 10th round, adds it to the board for NiP.
The cutest little angle right there for CREA. Had to hit that first bullet headshot, cleaned up that opportunity, no problem, turns it into 2. You wouldn't be surprised. What a hectic round. I mean, you want to try to break this round down and be as analytical as possible, but you could see that it was confusing. I mean, ultimately, with the Omen ults involved, with the positions, how many kills happened inside of the spawn, it was a really hard read for both the offense and defense in that spot. And, you know, even the spike going down on C, you could say it's a planned occurrence, but they didn't have a full inventory of the 2 remaining players.
Here we go.
ardiis threatening. And there's a tag. Oh my god, Hunter's Fury versus Fury. What is this, Dragon Ball Z?
Just absolute fury to both directions. Oh, Sayf with a little headshot snap onto pyth. Absolutely deleted. But there's a player amongst them. There's an imposter inside of this site. David slipping into the mix. Takes 1 down with him still. They're outnumbered 2-1. And CREA's going to get that spike planted. Rhyme gets Patitek down And suddenly now it's all on Mixwell. He too empty-handed. NiP taking absolute control of this first half. That is their 4th round in a row, and they're looking to close. Best case scenario, 7-5.
But worst case Ontario is the fact that they lose pistols and lose the map again. And we don't know if that's going to happen, but poor NiP have had to make comeback after comeback.
0 for 2 on the pistols on Ascent. And obviously, 2 straight rounds, 2 straight retakes is how G2 started this half. But we saw a strong start to a sudden fizzle out. Looking similar for G2's defense. Difference being, of course, it's G2's defense. We've come to expect so much. I like this. Walk contact through mid.
Patitek is everything with these pushes. Never needs an adult around.
Oh my god, just a legitimate
Quickest plant.
5v5 spike plant. Okay.
What is happening right now?
Patitek hits timing on the flank, but he's going to get chased by CREA. That's a good answer. Good job getting the player from beyond your back line. However, Sayf, true to his name, somehow dodges the damage. Double curveball and a headshot into ardiis. Absolute robbery. This is chaos. It's just mayhem coming in from mid. And David, well, name of the game, baby. He runs right out, and it is nothing but G2 across that kill feed. They will find their 6th round. Bedlam launders. That's what that was. But the defenders take a 6th, and we go to a break before we bounce back to see if G2 can close this series.
Oh, hello.
Welcome back to the second half. It's G2 versus Ninjas in Pajamas. Obviously, G2 with the map advantage, Mohan.
For what it's worth, Can you say Mixwell in Spanish?
No.
Mixwell.
Mixwell. You can.
I tried. Yes.
We take a
Okay.
deep
Can
breath.
you say artist in Liverpool?
I'm not even going to try. I don't need anybody knocking
Or James
on my
comes
door.
knocking.
Yeah, James Banks would be answering real quick, bro.
You say bruv?
All right, G2 taken to the T side. We saw 4 of their 6 rounds, G2, by way of defuse, which clearly tells me NiP have had success on their map pick. Can they close it? It's anybody's game. But of course, G2 with the 1 map advantage in the series.
The adapting looks good for NiP, but the early starts, it just makes it so much more difficult when you go into the second half. However, you know, it's them defending now, so we'll see. I feel like Sayf's impact goes beyond his kills in that first half. Saw so many rounds that I feel like I had to credit to him.
Facts. Mixwell gonna walk in the middle, a little bit of Omen smoke spam for good damage. Ooh, look at this position though. We've got Rhyme trying to hold it. Cuts off 1, cuts off 2.
Hey.
Mixwell and Patitek eat dirt. And ardiis, well, he's gonna get that spike planted.
Ow, he knows.
Shock dart. So far, Rhyme MVP of the pistol, but
Yeah.
it's not over. It is the 3v5, and they're kind of bottlenecked back here from the B to A connector. ardiis down beneath. The paranoia hits the mark. He's going to try to line up the damage. The Cypher comes sailing inwards, and this is looking flawless from NiP. But Davidp goes sprinting into the chaos, into all of those smokes. And Ninjas in Pajamas, congratulations. They have won their first pistol of the series.
Clean sweep. Clean sweep. Maybe the dawn of a comeback. We don't want to call it too soon.
No.
But again, you know, at least when you split pistols, you can start to talk more about the rifle rounds on both halves. You can, if you lose in an underdog match, you lose the pistols. You have to be overwhelmingly the better team in the series. Whereas if you split, you can have a combination of mistakes and great rounds and still pull out the victory. So this does definitely take the edge off in a big way.
Now you take that momentum, you roll it up, you package it nicely. Suddenly double digits for NiP. Safe. Easy first pickup.
Yeah, we know how powerful these curveballs are out of Garage. And even though we saw so much presence from him on attack, it might even be amplified further.
You didn't see him.
On defense. Wow, Rock walks right under. Oh my goodness.
Bro.
But what does this do is the question. Because Davidp in a great position, yes. But no spike, no teammates nearby, and not actually that information on Heaven.
Could just plant. He's got the spike.
Oh, he does have it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I mean, Davidp's big old breach head was sticking up on Rhyme's screen.
So this is where they're at a crossroads. Do they want to commit hard to faking another site so he can guarantee this, or is he just going to go for it and have his teammates come back late? Well, now they actually could potentially catch rotators while he does his best to delay. Now this is where it could get really scary. The safe rotation through spawn, but this will be heard.
Of course.
From inside B.
Rhyme's like, yo, this is a weird spot, man. Man's played a million scrims. Never has he had to deal with this. ardiis coming in for it. pyth, he's the only player to add a kill to the feed so far to the favor of G2. Rhyme, what is that?
The aerial.
Just jumping in on his victim, and now he can stick the defuse. That is sickening and succulent and delicious all at the same time. They have to have a laugh, man.
Oh, he didn't deserve it. Wow.
Did him dirty.
Unreal. Like, they probably win without it. Did you have to do him like that? It was a spectacle. High flying out of the window. Looking like Jett. He didn't have feet on the ground, right?
Nah,
he was feet off the ground out the window, right?
Must have been feet off the ground.
Okay.
Unless he's 15 feet tall.
Let's get a graffiti for him.
All right. Time to buy. Obviously, there's a little bit of an opening here because we've got those 3 SMGs, Ghost and the Marshall.
Direct smoke across the A. Again, sometimes we see just an overwhelming defense on the A site to try to punish these setups. Oh, that's a great bait. Using Jett to be able to fly away when you have somebody in a vertical stack like that is so powerful. And they do fall for it, but they can't get the punish kill. So that tactic gets dismantled. No benefit to the defense.
They like the space that they're able to gain on A, though. Chihuahua's going to go for the peek. Definitely outgunned in this situation. But the damage is starting to stack up versus G2, of all things.
Revealing area.
Rhyme just wants some information, offering over the spike plant. This is 3 rounds in a row for G2's offense, where they have planted spike.
They're a little late. The rotations are somewhat delayed here. They'll make it in time to get set up, but there are no ultimates on the board to use.
Really difficult retake attempt.
No charges.
They have very little to effort. Only CREA can really start throwing out abilities. He just used his last Omen smoke. Still has the paranoia. Mixwell's gonna get hit by that. They flood inwards. Chihuahua with 1 kill, but Mixwell, he's got himself a double.
Oh, cuck him up,
and the 3K alongside pyth. That's a full house for the attackers. They'll take themselves a 7th.
Give this man a wooden spoon. It's Chefwell in the house.
Cooking up an absolute storm with that A-site peak. I mean, again, versus the lesser weaponry, we had NiP trying to make it happen with P shooters.
These are the ingredients, of course, where you might know. Handshake agreement, retake situation on the A site. Teams are either overly aggressive with a triple stack on long and short, or they're nowhere to be found. It seems like that's pretty much the 2 angles most teams are taking on the A site at the moment. And Mixwell, understanding this, realizes there's an in-between timing when the retake comes out where I need to peek. I cannot sit on default and get hard cleared. I have to do the hard clearing, and I have to frag. And that is where G2 shine. They love that kind of aggression. Microaggressions, if you will.
Ninja's very much feeling up that A site. Keep an eye on Cypher, though.
Get out of my way.
Ninjas do have him pushed down long C. Mixwell, very tunnel visioned on the back of this site. Luckily for him, Patitek catches the kill. Now, Chihuahua could come in and have impact later on. He hears that spike being planted. It was being held by ardiis, and he does transition it into the kill. Owl drone from Rhyme, slowed. But still, it goes forward for the retake. It's a 5 versus 3.
Damn.
And NiP, they call it quits, but they don't know about pyth.
Your journey's
He's gonna
not
cut them
over
off.
yet.
A dash back into the corner, keeps 1 alive. He's gonna go for the camera. Oh, in. Just easy peasy pickups as they attempt to save. Maybe they'll keep the op.
He said, look this way. No, look this way. I'm coming through.
In all directions.
Yeah. Well, should be a shot. Okay, well, I didn't say who. So, nicely done from Patitek, punishing with pyth, all in the post plant. And again, whenever you have a situation like that where those are exit kills, you have to remember, those are 3 players that could have potentially committed to a retake that end up with nothing and couldn't even save. Cute little play here by pyth. Hoodwink to luckeRRR.
So, 3-man A stack from NiP didn't work last round.
Scary, they're getting melted on the attack. Long C. It's going to be aggressive both ways.
Yep.
See if the smoke scares him or not.
He's just looking for timing on the curveball. Oh, goes right through it. That is an up front and personal duel. Mixwell, he knows there's one back here. See you later, Chihuahua.
Just the pre-fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. It's a matter of timing with that push because, of course, if you get within the Omen smoke first, you could have the advantage. But we had that gun swap going on, not actually anticipating somebody to come through on the other side.
Yeah, milliseconds of a difference, but this attacker's half for G2 now puts them in the lead. 3 rounds in a row. Of course, 2 spike plants to begin, despite NiP winning those rounds.
Now, I do want to credit timing, but I also want to say it's better played by G2 from the perspective of, well, is anything interesting here happening?
Lucker with a Hail Mary.
I don't know. Just giving it their best shot, I guess. Old college try, I don't know.
No participation award.
Something of a stretch, but yeah. They were all packing their bags to go. They were done here. That was a last-second stick. Interesting. But you have to give credit to to G2 for a couple of things. First of all, coming through the smoke on both sides, right? So if one person gets sprayed down, you force a flick on the other player. Coming through at the same time, where NiP actually had 3 players there, but only one went into the smoke. That could have been a position where the other guy has the miraculous 2K spray down and makes up for the fact that one guy walks through with his gun out. So in a sense, it's timing, but also in another sense, it's it's more well played by G2.
Ooh, we got Hunter's Fury versus Hunter's Fury. And, oh, ardiis gets the better of CREA. So that's Omen off of the C site. And the beauty of that play is the fact that Mixwell's already deep in position. Yes, there is a rotate coming from NiP, but is it in time?
Oh, they're just playing with them.
Ooh, no damage off of that one.
A bit frustrating. How much hold-off utility do we have left over? I mean, we've got Breach who's just basically still buying guns. I mean, you know, no flank long C, that's tough.
Well, Sayf tries to run it back. That one doesn't happen. ardiis gives cover. Down goes Chiwawa. Now 2 players from the defenders spawn. Sayf in the mix gets the kill, but he blinds himself. And Mixwell's absolutely going to punish that one. It's a 2v2. And Mixwell's teammate, as you said, coming in from spawn. David a little delayed. Mixwell still stays on site with precision. He gets that denial onto Rhyme. And luckeRRR, with just the classic and the operator, has to do some close combat opping. He's going to get flushed out from both directions. The attackers win the round. 10-8 for G2.
Peanut butter and jelly, really. The way Mixwell and Davidp are playing off each other, it's just perfect. We had that last entry into the corner of the C site where we had, you know, Breach push a player out. Mixwell held the angle, pre-fired. Here, the same thing, a fault line off to the right side of the site. Mixwell trusting Davidp's utility, holding onto the other one, fully focused, and gets that frag. It's no coincidence that he's so consistent in these spots and why he can be the star player of this team on a team full of stars.
luckeRRR's going to drop the Blade Storm. He is the bottom fragger for the Ninjas in Pajamas. And that one hurts to say. One of the players we look to for NiP. 4 players inside of the Omen smoke. Rhyme, not much he can really do about that. He's going to line up. Oh, 2 players! I take it back. I'll happily eat my words. If he delivers, then he's got more information. What is going on? This is one of those moments that is created out of thin air.
Yeah.
And Mixwell? Well, he's about to stare more than one player in the face.
How ready are they? Oh, my goodness.
Who comes at him first? They know he could be on this angle. Mixwell, he's going to be tested here. He needs to hit the shot.
They are delaying the spike plant, which is causing some doubt here. And they don't want to have to fall for this. Oh my god. The Omen went back to
get info.
They get the spawn. Yeah, now they're going to doubt themselves. This is the only way Mixwell could be offered up a supremely powerful position.
Ooh, but the Blade Storm. That's what makes the difference. And they've got ardiis scanned. He is absolutely done for. 4 bullets, needs the reload, gets caught in the opening by Sayf, and it is the Ninjas with a 9th round. I said that there was nothing Sova was going to have to offer. He gets the Owl Drone's dart into one player who jumps in front of his teammate and lines it up for 2. Boom!
Bruno Mars'd it.
Total robbery. And then, yes, Mixwell's play here, that's what had to happen.
Almost so sick.
But luckeRRR's knives, that just too much to handle. This game keeps on going.
You don't find him not on the Jett. I know that sentence didn't have to be that confusing, but I decided to say it that way. He loves Jett.
Don't we all?
But man, yeah, love trying to cause doubt, but they never really bit. They came close. They started moving around a little bit. Killjoy backed off. What am I saying? Killjoy. Our player in spawn beside the Omen backed off. But they never actually fully rotated out of those spots on A.
Burned ultimates for that one, though. You did have the neural theft coming in from Chiwawa. CREA used his teleport to get behind them, to cancel it so that Phoenix could run in. You know, there were layers there. That was not a free round at all. And it leaves G2 very clearly with an advantage in ultimates.
This is, yeah, I mean, it's
4 of them
4 ultimates plus the open A site. So who's favored in the post plant? Maybe you'd say normally the defenders would be, if you're just even numbers, in terms of confidence at least.
Yeah.
But right now, can they afford to sacrifice around here? They know there's 4 ultimates up for G2.
Absolute total forfeiture of that A site. And now with the neural theft, I mean, think about how comfortable G2 should be. They see that everybody's elsewhere.
Look at the space they can take now. They don't have to re-clear long C to think there's a flank coming in.
Nope. So let's see. They got the retake going last round. They had the ults to do it. This time, it's just going to be standard abilities. David, he could be lining up the perfect Rolling Thunder. That's going to interrupt so many players on the retake and buy absolute crucial time. But Rhyme still gets the kill. And he has been relegated back into the heavens. Everybody's getting blinded. David causing a ruckus, but still the kills come in. It's about the defuse launders. There's no time. They outplay themselves.
Oh man, it's because of how good the delays were from Breach and such majestic moves from our Sova in heaven. Once again, trying to be the guardian angel of the round, just finding kills where there shouldn't be opportunities. But it's that we have Davidp with so much utility there, and they have so much confidence that everybody is coming through that choke point. He can keep laying it down.
Yep.
They keep countering the push over and over again, punishing them for coming in. And this round, again, it's all about utility. It cost them 4 ults, but it's worth every single one.
Bro, I want to know. I would love to hear the team comms during that moment, because it's not even though they got close to a defuse. They tapped bomb and instantly realized they had no time.
Over, yeah.
How many players just died to that bomb exploding?
The amount of noise being made, they probably had no idea how much time was left. That was just...
That's a good point. Yeah, Rolling Thunder on Spike.
Off your feet. Blinding.
Total stun.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Oh
a
my
round that's
God.
going to come back
The
to
late
haunt them.
B.
Because
late
obviously,
half.
you know, ramifications economically, NiP, they come back in with a bye, but if they don't get this one, it's going to be hard to contest for overtime. And that's what they're playing for, because it's another spike plant from G2. They're going to fight for middle. Sayf comes out. He's going to get caught in a trifecta of post-plant holds. It's Chiwawa with the double. Mixwell, he is on the Blade Storm. What are they trying to hang on with? Ardiis inside of the window, dead to rights. Pyth trying to get one off the defuse, but it's not coming in just yet. He hears it being stuck. luckeRRR already past the halfway point, comes off. Classics out, 7 health, not enough, but is there time? Yes, sir, he's fine. It is NiP with another round.
Thought it was going to cost him, but luckeRRR knows his smokes. His ephemeral smokes are not going to provide enough time for him to get the full stick off. Had to fight there. But what a heroic effort by Pyth.
Down to the wire, man. 7 HP left to fight with. This play, the 3 men coming out from Garage. You see the trade train back and forth, but Mixwell just gets a face full of Chiwawa. So close on those garage doors.
Imagine if it was a classic that did it.
I would lose my mind.
Wow.
So, 1 round the difference. Ninjas in pajamas stepping up. We've had 4 rounds back and forth.
And again, he's just trying to see, is there any kind of a setup? There's nothing to be found, except for this man. Davidp's made his way across. No push will come out early, but we saw how he walked all the way into hell on a previous round.
Teleport
That's too
was
much
interrupted.
information. They're going to cancel, aren't they?
Sayf's going to give chase. This is huge.
Oh my God.
Runs deep into the corner. Again, A-Site completely offered over. luckeRRR, he's trying to hold Davidp in position. Oh, he gets them both! That right there is going to be the 12th round. How many times are you going to let them walk into your site for free? You thought the cost of admission was the constant retake, but now that one has to hurt. They had them just corralled at the C site launders. They showed them the contact, and that was all a ruse.
Man.
They're going to walk away and save. Tails tucked. Wow. 2 rounds to bring this back, or G2 Esports will be clinching the very first European slot at the First Strike main event.
Wasn't supposed to go that well. He spray transferred them back to Ascent. That was just disgusting. Even with 1, they would have probably won, no problem. At least this way, on the bright side for NiP, they don't waste utility attempting a retake. They would have probably lost. For what it's worth.
Here.
That's a big play. I mean, it's a combination effort. First of all, a very similar round had happened already where Davidp walked past a Hunter's Fury into, or not even a Hunter's Fury last time, but just walked through a defense that he knew wasn't there.
This second kill, I can't believe it.
It's insane, right? Like, it's just beautiful. You can see holding a little bit down to the left just to make sure.
Not to take anything away from David, that's a big pressure situation. How does luckeRRR not kill him?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it was pretty fast of a
Wasn't
second
even
kill,
a headshot in that for David.
That's true. That's true.
Like,
no, he's got to get it. No, you're right. Like, he has to get it. No question about it. But yeah, marvelous play nonetheless. 2 rounds the difference, but it's really just about confidence and hope at this moment, because I feel like on some of these rounds, G2 are getting away with too much. Like, they're basically in their heads on top of being able to frag harder.
We take a pause. NiP, you want to talk about it? Currently, no player even close to an ultimate. If luckeRRR can somehow get himself 2 points towards the ult, then yeah, okay, he'll have a Blade Storm. We've got pyth with a neural theft, so an opening pick could be massive.
I feel like they've been so light on kills in these past few rounds. And they haven't seen a lot of ults where I think we've seen, you know, over 5 used already for G2.
Right off of the timeout closed. We've got ardiis and Mixwell challenging long C.
Did we pick up an ult off of that orb? So it was given over to Sova, who's 1 away.
Getting closer. Yeah, ardiis on an ult in this round could be massive as well. Remember, if pyth gets an opening pick, that is a guaranteed neural theft.
Spike drop.
Hell, if he plants the bomb, he'll even be a little preoccupied with that, but so be it. They're going to walk into the B site. We've seen them plant 5v5 a couple of times. And this absolutely crucial round could be yet another Sayf. He just has to heal himself. Okay, things are about to get chaotic, folks.
He gets away.
Hold on for dear life. With qualification on the line, G2 hoping that spike pops. David's flank gets called off. Rhyme, crucial kill. ardiis just the one. luckeRRR dashing versus the opposite Jett. This is going to be revealed. Here comes the Hunter's Fury, and they cannot stick this defuse just yet. Man advantage for G2. Mixwell making it all the worse. Sayf with 1 kill and 65 health left over. Time is his biggest issue. He taps the spike once and down he goes. Mixwell, 24 kills. Absolute impact across both maps of this series. G2, ladies and gentlemen, qualify for first strike.
He's been shooting hot. That was a tough game for NiP. Ascent, there is an argument to see that go a bit.